wonderful, lovely Sunday evening. I say hello to all you animation friends out there, and yeah, I'm gonna invite you to a cozy Sunday evening hangout where we can talk about a couple animation things. I wanted to have a look at the 11 Second Club competition entries from April 2022. And yeah, if you don't know, the 11 Second Club is of course a wonderful monthly competition where you get a sound snippet, usually from a movie or television series, a dialogue, usually, and you can animate to it whatever you want, whatever you think would be fun for this. And yeah, April had another wonderful sound snippet. We're gonna hear it often enough, so I'm not gonna play it right now. But yeah, so we're gonna have a look at what cool ideas people had, and yeah, what nice things they are doing in their animation and what we can learn from it for our own animation. And also, let me see if the chat and everything is working. Ah, there's Let It Jungle 552. Thank you. I love your comment. Arthritic one. Live one. Yeah. I hope I'm gonna do. I think I say that every time. I want to do more live streams, but yeah, we'll see about that. In fact, I actually feel so bad that I haven't made a non-live video in a while. I'm working on stuff. I'm writing stuff. I'm writing scripts. I'm rewriting scripts for videos. We have some cool tutorials in the pipeline, but yeah, that's where they are stuck for now. But I'm happy to hang around with you all live tonight and talk about some awesome animation work that other people did. Let me do a couple clicks so I can throw comments on screen, which is a nice feature if anyone has something interesting to talk about. Just a couple clicks, clickety click, clickety here and clickety there. And yeah, so let's press play on the first entry for the 11 Second Club in April 2021. And because we're a little bit late to the party, there already is a winner. This is the winner of last month's competition. Let's see what we can see here. Ah, hi Carlos, nice to see you. Oh, let's actually get rid of the music for now so we can just hear the sound here.
Hi. I made macaroni if you want some.
I'm sorry, what?
Well, I was starving and you took forever, so I wanted to make food.
Oh, wow, nice. Some animation meta humor here. You sit on your animation so long that your character is starting to talk to you. That's a fun one. That's a fun concept.
Hi. I made macaroni if you want some.
I'm sorry, what?
Well, I was starving and you took forever, so I wanted to make food.
Oh my god, there's so much cool stuff about this. But yeah, since this winner gets a animation critique from somebody from the from Animation Mentor, I think anyway, I'm gonna try to keep it short. So I have to say, one thing that I really love is the detail about this one, but I really like the bowl, the noodle bowl. Like just look at how nice it like this rotation. I really love that. I really love that it gets this heavy post to post jump. Like when it's knocked, it jumps up, then sideways, then stays there a little bit, and then flips back. And you have this wiggle in the noodles. I love that this detail got so much attention. It's really cool. I love that. And yeah, same here again. Look at these frames, like when the ball is being pushed over. Oh, that's really cool. There's like a straight push here. Can I actually go frame by frame again? Yeah, they fixed it. I can go frame by frame. That's such a nice like push, and then it's being dragged up. It's following the snout up. That's so nice. And then on the way down, couple ease frames up here with some rotation in the bowl to make it interesting. And then the bowl comes down and the noodles pop up like this. Oh, this is so beautiful. That is some. This is what you need overlap and follow through animation for. So nice. And then, you know, going sideways and rotating. Like, that is so crazy. Okay, but, you know, maybe we should also talk about character animation because there's so much good stuff in here. I do like the strong line of action in here. You know, we have someone here who's definitely not animating for the first time. Different angle in the head, really nice. We have the differently sized eyes, really nice. We have like a little progression, a little arc in the eyebrows, really cool. The sideways mouth, the mouth is tilted. It's not just sitting on the face. That is really cool, you know, and for such a simple pose where she's just bent over, nice little detail with the hair hanging down. That's like, you know, if you want to have a simple pose like this is squeezing all you can out of it. Yeah, Carlos. Yes, I did the video that you sent to me. I hope I will reply to all the my Patreon messages at the beginning of the week. I'll get back to you. Really cool one. Thank you so much. I'm excited to talk about it. Let's see. Like even simple things like this, I love the quality like in the details. See how we have this very simple hand shape for when the hand is coming up. Then we have this beat up here with the finger over the frame. Then finger go over it. The screen is being pushed a little bit back first as the thumb starts to find its grip, and then it's being pulled over. Really nice. Not sure about how I feel about the opening of the hand, though. But I love that effect that you see the screen, the dino with all the controllers, and then you flip over it. There he is, or she. And yeah, really, really nice. And I love the big choice of you at first you have that identical pose, but it's settling. You have it here already settled with the tongue at the position where it's going to be later. But, you know, here it's just finding that pose. That's a really good thing. Like, the head is going up. Like, it really feels like this character was doing something before the screen went down. And it's not like, she's finally looking. Hello. And then that decision that the head goes all the way down. That's such a strong decision. I'm not sure I would have thought of that. Like, to pull the head all the way under the table. And this gives you this great, like, two-step, like, I'm here, I'm there. And in between, there's this dip down under the... That's a really cool thing. Hi, Seven. Nice to see you. How are you doing? How are you all doing today?
If you want some.
Very nice lip sync.
You want some?
Look at after some, like how the lips settle after talking.
If you want some.
How it just compresses just a little bit or decompresses some, and then it relaxes. Nice detail. And the darts in the eye, there's a lot of good stuff in the eye. Do you see that? Do you want some? And then there's this little beat, this little motion in the eye. Let's look at that again. There. This is so nice. Okay. My biggest problem with this one, and I noticed that immediately, like, first of all, love the pose, love working with the shoulder, like pulling up the shoulders and stuff. That's something that beginners do far too little to be really like, you know, make a bold choice with the shoulder. I'm not sure. Yeah, no, I mean, I guess the pose is fine. Poses can always be pushed in different directions. But the thing that threw me out, and I'm complaining on a very high level here. I love this animation, a well-deserved win, is an acting thing. So the person, animator, super overworked, closes it. There's a real frickin' dino, the dino that she was animating. And I don't...
I'm sorry, what?
I don't know about this look down. First of all, I don't understand why she wouldn't talk directly to the dino. Why wouldn't she ask the dino, I'm sorry, what? Looking up and holding eye contact.
I'm sorry, what?
I would understand, like, the look down could mean something like, what's going on? Am I dreaming? But I feel like it's a bit too small for that. Like, you know, she would like, if she would like completely look at her computer, like, what's going on with my computer? Like, how did that come out of my computer? Like, how is that, you know, maybe picking up the computer? I don't know. That doesn't make much sense to just pick it up, but be like, wait, you were in my computer. How did you come out of there? Like, I feel like I'm missing that beat of like, what does this pose actually mean? So from an acting standpoint, I don't like this pose so much because I feel like it sits in between the please answer me, Dino, and am I crazy? Like, what's going on with me? What's going on with my computer? And it just doesn't go for one or the other strongly. From the handcraft wise, this is a really good hand pose here. And again, you know, arc in the eyebrow and stuff like that. That's lovely. But yeah, look at these fingers, the classic grouping technique. You group a couple together and then you break one off to get an interesting silhouette. This is also quite nice. Yeah, so that's good from a handcrafting standpoint. Very nice poses. Okay.
I'm sorry, what?
Well, I was starving and you took forever, so I wanted to make food.
The eyes in this one are so, like, you know, animation is about these big decisions that you can make for acting and posing, but those little things like the eyes are like the finishing touch that amplify the life.
Starving and you took forever,
so
so
much.
I wanted to make food.
That glance to the food, like, I made you food, it's over there, what do you think about it? I love that little eye dart to the food and back. That is so good. Oh my god, and look at this nice head squash here. Ah, with the eyebrows. Oh, it's so cute. Whoop. And the whole body does it once again. The whole body drops. Whoop. Then like a nice overlap in the body. Body drops, the neck follows, then the head, and during that you have this nice little squish. And look at the eye dart here. There's an eye dart right here. There. And it's really one frame that the eye darts. There's some nice, see the lip sync, the side of the lip being animated. There went so much care went into this animation. Three-dimensional head turn, that's also an important thing. Like, especially if you're a 2D animator, don't forget that you can tilt the head towards the camera. You can see that the top of the head starts showing more. This is something that that 3D and especially 2D animators need to be aware that they, you know, can turn things three-dimensionally. She's so surprised because she finally realized that her laptop can print Dino to life. Yeah. I don't know. I would, like, if that would really be it, I'd be like making it more about the laptop, or be like, I don't know. I mean, how much surprise is in the voice? Let's listen to it.
I'm sorry, what?
I like this little, this. That's a tough one, you know. In the voice, it's relatively soft. It's like a, I can't believe it. I'm sorry, what?
I'm sorry.
This mouth click. That's really nice.
I'm sorry, what?
But yeah, okay. So you can't do it like super big and like, oh, this is crazy, because the voice just doesn't give that. I love that hand gesture. Yeah, there's so much lovely stuff. If you're interested in this one, really look through it frame by frame. There's some really good stuff in it. There will be a official critique from the 11 Second Club for this. That's why I think we should probably go on to the next one and see what good stuff we can find in the other people's animation. The second, oh, we didn't, like, who did this one? The name of the animator, Andrew did this one. Okay. Hayden did macaroni? Question mark.
Hi. I made macaroni if you want some.
I'm sorry, what?
Well, I was starving and you took forever, so I wanted to make food.
Ah, lovely. Good night, Seven.
Hi. I made macaroni if you want some.
There are a bunch of things that I like about this one, like really immediately. Again, the eyes. Look at how the eyes lead the poses and lead her head turns. And there are those little, yeah, like she's looking down to the macaroni as a bridge, then tilting over, then looking back. And it always starts leading a head motion. Ah, this is so lovely. That is really cool. And yeah, this hand wave, such a cool little secondary, like she's pulling the arm up, and while she's pulling the arm up, she's doing the wave. That's a really interesting thing, because a lot of people, like a lot of hand waves, end up being very cliche, very like, hi, like the whole lower arm stuff. Like if you ask somebody to animate something, you'll often get this as a wave. But here we have like, okay, the motion over, and while it's coming over as a secondary motion, it does the wave. So that's pretty cool. Oh, a raid from Nudie. Welcome, people. We're having a look at some cool animation here. This is such a lovely little entry to the 11 Second Club.
Hi. I made macaroni if you want some.
I'm sorry, what?
Well, I was starving and you took forever, so I wanted to make food.
So yeah, the little hand wave on the way back, really cool thing. And you can see how her whole posture shifts. The shoulder has a nice little arc with a nice little up and down. And after the shoulder reaches its position, the head still settles, which is pretty cool. Very nice. Thank you, Nudie. Nice to hear from you, even if it's in this way. That's really cool. And look at this wonderful hand gesture, how she's opening her hand. Oh, that's lovely. That's that follow through in the fingers, how the fingers are showing in the directions that the hand is coming from, giving you this nice arc. I mean, the arc could be a little more fluent. I feel like the The spacing kind of jumps a little, but somehow that doesn't bother me. And then when it finally flips over, oh, new Twitch follower, welcome, welcome. And then we have, of course, an overshoot, and then the hand is coming back up. Very classic way to animate this, but super solid, super cool. Yeah, there is a little bit, like, the hand gets stuck in the middle before flipping over. Usually I would say don't do that, but somehow that's nice. That little short stuckness. Does that go with the dialogue? Let's listen to the dialogue again.
I made macaroni if you want some.
I don't know, it's somehow not bothering me. That would be a thing that I would usually criticize. Then I love the contrast of the, like, here we have poses that are not heavy pose to pose. It's poses building on each other. You have a bunch of different poses building on each other.
I made macaroni if you want some.
But, yeah, so they are all relatively slow. Like, lean forward is there for, like, this is like 37 frames building on this pose. It's not like a completely different one that we have here. Then we have this one that the transition to is relatively fluent and smooth. And then we have a little pose-to-pose jump. And I think this contrast, like having this snappy motion here, that's giving you this little delightful rhythm. Like you have like a soft introduction, soft pose 1, soft pose 2, and then bam, the hands are snapping together.
Hi. I made macaroni if you want some.
And really go together with this if you want some.
Macaroni if you want some.
And how the head tilt continue after the dialogue finished. Some nice little overlapping action in the hair.
Want some?
Really nice.
Want some?
And look at this eye
If
blink.
you want some.
Really cool. Solid. Eyes have 2 different sizes. Some asymmetry here. Very classic eye blink. Very nice. With an ease here at the end of the motion. And this character just looking there motionless. Ah, sweet. Here, I'm not sure about that last beat. Like, I love... Oh, do you see this multiple? That's lovely. Oh, that's nice. That is cool. Let's see that in action. Oh, it's going by so fast. Is this on once for that moment? Yeah. This is only there for 1 frame. It even said you can see the frame numbers up here, and it's always uneven numbers if I see it correctly. And then you have a switch to ones to get this multiple in. Really cool. Sweet. And I love the contrast of like having these steps, like having the hands here, having the hands there, and then outwards. And again, look at those fingers wiping through the screen. And what I don't like so much is I feel like the pose has reached peak here. Like, I absolutely love that. That's so nice. There's so much good stuff in this pose. In this facial expression, I would just have hold this. By having the arms go all the way down, it takes away from her face. Like, I love the face softening, but the arms dropping, I feel like, take some of the attention away. Look at this.
I'm sorry, what?
Well, I was starving and you...
I think it could have been stronger if that last hand motion down wasn't there.
I'm sorry, what?
Well, I was starving and you took forever, so I wanted to make food.
I'm sorry, what?
Well, I was
Okay. Yeah, this whole thing, so nice. How there's like those two different props, and there's a pointing left and right, and there's a head turn left and right, and a nice offset.
Well, I was starving and you took forever, so I wanted to make food.
And then it ends in this blocking. But yeah, didn't hurt the positioning. Let's actually see what's going on with the pot. Let's track the pot for a little bit. Okay, it's going all the way over to the left. Together with the... pretty much together with the head. They are doing the same kind of motion. They seem to be tied together. There's an overshoot that the head, I think, doesn't do. Oh no, the head overshoots too. Okay, that is interesting. I wouldn't have guessed that they are linked so much. Okay, here they are going out of sync. Like the head reached its position all the way to the right, and the pot was tilting up. Interesting.
Sorry, what?
Well, I was starving and you took forever, so I wanted to make food.
And that's a lovely facial expression to end on. Notice the eyebrows, the shapes of the eyes, really nice. Very cute animation, very well done, Hayden. Okay, next one.
Hi. I made macaroni if you want some.
I'm sorry, what?
Well, I was starving and you took forever, so I wanted to make food.
Okay. Oh, okay. But Tuhan had a whole little story. I love the storytelling in this one. How you have like, okay, a bride, probably on her big day. You have somebody else who's only thinking about macaroni. And I feel like that alone would warrant her reaction to be like, what are you doing? We have a whole big buffet. Why are you making macaroni now on my wedding day? Like that would have already, I think that would have already worked as a hook for the story. But no, there is another twist. Oh, look at these bold poses. These design choices really nice, and then we have a twist here at the very end. That's so... Look at the dress, how the dress comes up, how the arms come up. You have the arms come... You have like the stop motion, the moment where she decides to stop, like what was that? Then we have the arm settling and the cloth settling later. Nice little... It's like almost like a double take. Like, I mean, okay, she didn't really look over here. From an acting standpoint, I don't quite... I think from an acting standpoint, she needs to look over first before she stops. But you don't notice, you don't care. Never mind. And then here, this whole spiel of the shoulders and where the head is turned, and like I can't even... Okay, so it starts with the shoulders being turned to the left and the face as well. Then we have like a head turn where the shoulders didn't do much yet. They only start moving mid head turn, so you have a nice little overlap. And then as the head reached its new position and is talking with an up and down bob, there's like an overshoot. She's talking and the shoulders are moving relatively slow, adjusting to it. And then you have the left and right wiggle from stirring in the bowl. Okay. So that's how that motion works. I think it was an excellent choice to have the shoulders go as slow as they do. Because you have all this snappiness and sassiness and up and down, left and right in the head, and then you have the shoulder motion anchoring it somehow, and the stir being relatively slow. I think it's just a perfect mix of having the action up here and some supporting action that's slower, that has more frames.
I made macaroni if you want some.
If you want some, like how the head goes with the if you want some.
Macaroni if you want some.
It's almost like, you know, the words are guiding the head, which is something you need to be very careful with. Like, it can easily be overdone, but that is very sweet.
I made macaroni if you want some.
And then
I'm sorry, what?
her reaction.
Well,
I love this. This is one of my favorite things. I think we have an article on Animator Island about this on the website. One of the choices that you can have, one of the reaction choices you can have, is not reacting. And I see this choice done so little, like especially in beginners. When somebody learns animation, it's all about moving here, moving there, doing this, doing that. My character is doing a gesture. I need to do something with the hand. I need to put a prop into the hand. I need to do something at all times. I need to switch the facial expressions. And sometimes the best reaction you can do is just hold your character still or do something really small, and you have such a great effect.
I'm sorry, what?
This is so wonderful.
I'm sorry, what?
And this double blink and the squinted eyes. Okay, so how does this work? We have completely still, but the lines wiggle, which I think was a really good choice for this animation style. Double blink. Anticipation. Going back all the way, shooting forward with the cloth following.
I'm sorry, what?
And then there's this. Okay, so the first I'm sorry motion thing is relatively straightforward. We have a anticipation going back, then it snaps forward, and then look at the next one. It goes up and then down. Like, oh, this is... I feel like I don't know if I would dare to do it that snappy. It just snaps so nicely, so perfectly to the words.
I'm sorry, what?
And I think once again, it was the non-reaction and then the slow motion that made this possible. Okay, we have a non-reaction relatively long. We have a slow transition over, and then we have the what, the snap for the what. This is the perfect dose of like, it's not really a slow motion before, but you know, the snappy motion is saved for the accent. Ice Cream Hero says, oh, let me bring it to the screen. The not reacting reaction makes me think of Lisa Simpson's going, what? In Bart's Inner Child. She said it very deadpan. Yeah, I think there are actually a couple times that Lisa does that, you know, because, you know, there's always something going on with Bart or Homer doing something, and she just processes it and is like, what? I think I can remember this happening in more than one episode. Yeah. And here we have a shoulder drop. Look at this. The shoulder drop goes together with the head rising. With the head rising.
Well, I was starving and you...
Oh, and again, do you see it? Again, slow, like left, right, shimmy, shimmy, and then jump. There's the for starving, for the important word, there's the snap. Hello, Infinite Imagination. Nice to see you.
Well, I was starving and you took...
And then the braveness to go, like, usually I tell people, like, if you have an important word in your dialogue, just hit it and stay there. You have hit it, your mark, let it play out, let it unfold its power. And now in this animation, it continues right after that with another snappy motion.
Well, I was starving and you...
For starving, for one word, 2 accents. So not just putting 1 accent on the word starving, but 2. She snaps forward and then snaps to the left for one of the important words in the sentence.
Well, I was starving and you took forever, so I wanted to make food.
And that nice, like, those nice secondary gestures with the
Starving and you took...
Is it chopsticks? Is it a fork? I think it's a fork.
Starving and you took...
But a nice arc, you know, a nice arc, like very bold pose, a lot of snappiness here, but the arc is executed very diligently, so we have something to ground us, to hook our eyes to. Hello Darren, nice to see you, and Tom doing art, welcome to the stream. So this is such a fascinating case of, you know, slow, nice things. I love this shoulder drop and the head raise. Then snap, snap. So much going on. And then again, pulling back to the other side. And then again, the head coming over. I feel like it also works so well because it fits the character. Like, I would probably avoid doing so much left, right, up, down, left, right. But it fits the sassiness of the character so well.
What?
Well, I was starving and you took forever, so I wanted to make food.
And then, you know, again, it, like, all the snappiness, and then it takes the time for food to have this really nice settle, and then the look to the right that leads over to the reveal. This is, like, nice. This is a real, you know, one pose leads to the other, one part needs the other to continue like this. Really nice, like almost a choreography of sorts. I love animation like that. Really good work, Batuhan. Well deserved 3rd place. So, next one. By Alberto. Hi, Maria.
Hi. I made macaroni if you want some.
I'm sorry, what?
Well, I was starving and you took forever, so I wanted to make food.
Nice. Really strong start there. I really loved the start. That little chair spin. I feel like it also, like, I think what makes the chair spin mechanically so satisfying to watch is that the bottom side of the chair is just sliding over like this, and then you have this big spin going on. And, you know, this is something that you get very cheap in 3D animation. Like, for 2D animation, this would be hell. This would be one of the highlights to animate. And, yeah, in 3D animation, you can do this relatively easy. But, yeah, this is a chance well spotted for a nice visual detail of these 2 women studying. And, you know, if they are on a chair like this, why not have some fun like this? And especially if it fits to her character, that she's so playful and sliding over. Like, nice use of that you know, that idea. The setting gave you these kinds of chairs, and you use them brilliantly. I love the look at this. There's actually a two-step process to reaching over. If you look at her left hand, the left hand is being placed on the table first. She's using that to, you know, because if she would lean too far over without putting the hand there, it would be more work, more uncomfortable to hold yourself up like this, leaning over so much like this. So really good choice to use the environment to place her hand there to stabilize her pose. Really cool. I wonder if this pose could have been pushed a little bit. I do not like how it's getting a little muddy there. Like the camera angle is maybe the gray background makes it difficult to judge, I feel like. But you know, I wonder as just as a little tweak here. Okay, we have this firmly placed there. We have maybe the elbow sticking out. And then I think I would definitely raise the shoulders so much that there's a little gap here, a little negative space, so that the silhouette is more clear, you know. And then yeah, maybe they could have used to push this pose even more. I do like that the head is turned in a little bit like this. Like that could have been pushed even more to maybe have like a... I don't know, maybe not. It's just wondering. Maria. Good point. That left-hand support is not only a thoughtful move, but manages to carry the enthusiasm of the character. Yeah, it totally fits with her, like, I'm gonna invade your private space. I'm gonna, hey, I made macaroni. let's talk, my friend. Really cool. Uh-huh. Ah, yeah. Tom says the hand keeps the chair from moving to the opposite direction, too. Maybe the hand pulls the chair over as part of this move. I don't think the hand moves the chair, but that would have been definitely a good possibility, worth considering. Let's see how that is. Yeah, no, the chair moves a little bit, which is cool. Which is, by the way, look at the chair at the back here. It spins a little bit, but yeah, she could have used it to pull the chair over a little bit too. Love the secondary action of the macaroni flying out. Not sure a cooked macaroni would behave like that, but I mean, from the principle it makes sense. She just made a very quick motion. There's actually a little bit too much ease for the macaroni flying out at this high speed. But, you know, I appreciate the secondary action. It's a really, really good idea. I think that at the point where it's flying out, the motion was already too slow, though. What detail are we talking about here? We're discussing the trajectory of a macaroni. Yeah, it could. Pulling over the chair to exaggerate the moving into the other space. That's a really, yeah, good point, Tom. I love the whole setup of her, like how she is disturbed in her space and what different phases that has. She has the headphones on and tries to see, and like there's this double take of looking back to the book, looking up to the friend. Like that's just a really nice back and forth, and you know, it's not just you know, in contrast how this could have been like she's reading and be like, what are you doing? Like, hey, you're like, you know, it's not like one step. It's not like, why do you bother me? Instead, it's just like this double take, this back and forth that makes it so realistic. And with the important moment where she's like, okay, Now my concentration is broken. Now I'm pulling off my headphones. Now you made me come out of my flow, out of my wall. That's just so nice. And it's and there's also like a nice rocking, like as if she's listening to music. This is just such a nice step by step of breaking concentration. And also goes so well with the dialogue. Like the moment she pulls down the headphones around her neck, this is the breakdown. Like the breakdown is the key pose for the headphones being pulled down, and then she goes in this big accent for the words that she's saying.
I'm sorry, what?
Yeah, which is the what. That's such a nice interconnectedness of poses. Really nice. Really good point, Maria. Those actions of the second character are very good. One of the interesting challenges of this project was that pause in the second character's speech. Why the pause? How do you fill it? I personally love those kinds of poses because there's so much opportunity to push it in different directions. We had, just in the example before, we had the character not reacting at all, just looking and processing, and still it reads, or in this case, in that case that we had before, it read as a reaction. And here we have that silence to be filled with the whole negotiation, with the whole breaking my concentration thing. Really nice. Yeah, all those double takes with the eyes moving back and forth. That's like the icing on the cake. Really nice. And I love how after the cut, the friend is just in the middle of eating. I I love that she just went on. Like, she's not still there with offering the macaroni, but she's like, I'm already gonna start eating. Well, yeah, and technically, kind of, is it her macaroni that she's eating? That's so nice that, that she went on and is interrupting that. She looks so happy. And then it's like...
I'm sorry, what?
Well, I was starving and you took forever, so I wanted to make food. Hi.
I don't know how I feel about the repeating hand gesture. She's doing the stretched out arm to the right 2 times.
I was starving and you took forever, so I wanted to make food.
Unfortunately, that takes away, in very little cases, it actually strengthens a pose when you repeat it like that 2 times in a row. Most of the time, I would be very careful about this. In this case, I feel like, unfortunately, it makes this otherwise strong pose weaker through the repetition. I think I would have done it either... I wanted to make food. I mean, it's kind of cool that she flicks another noodle to her direction. So if that's the big finale, so to speak, I think I would have only had that gesture open so wide there. Oh, no, she's actually doing the exact same thing twice. Even the macaroni is going to the left and her other hand is going to the right once, twice. Yeah, I feel like one of those poses could have been something else, or just, hold the previous pose. There's so much strong stuff in there that I feel like you don't need to fill it with more hand gestures. Yeah, talks with her hands, yeah, but I don't know. You still don't have to do the same hand motion. Or a notably weaker one for the first one. I think there is a weaker second take. Yeah, I don't know. I like repetitions when it's super in a row, and it makes sense what it was being said, and I make this point. But I feel like here it's flipping a bit too much back and forth. What is she saying?
Well, I was starving and you took forever, so I wanted to make food.
Yeah, I think that is the problem. That the dialogue is not, this food is so good, you should eat that food. The problem is that the dialogue jumps from, you took forever, I was starving, and so I made food. It's three gestures. It's you, me, food. But by repeating that second pose for food again, I don't know, I feel like it loses this clearness of you, me, food. I feel like that should be three directions for the hand gesture. Or could be, I mean, it's a suggestion. Once again, I am complaining on a very high level still. This is a beautiful animation. I really don't want to, like, I really don't want to make the impression that I think that this animation is bad. This is really good, really good animation. Yeah. It looks like this will be another night dreaming about macaroni. Did you participate in the in this April competition? That's the, like, if you're animating something and hearing it over and over again. Yeah. Tom knows it too. That's the, like, I did actually went through projects and jobs where I was animating a shot for like a week, and then somebody asked me what was the dialogue, and I couldn't tell them. Like, my brain had completely, like, I don't pay attention to this anymore. Like, it was completely, and I learned it by heart to do like reference, but in the moment where somebody asked me like, what was that dialogue that you were animating, and I was like, I listened to this the entire day today, but I forgot how exactly. It was something with macaroni. Yeah. Okay. Next one. There we go. By... That looks like a German name. Johannes Whipfelder. Johannes. Let's see.
Hi. I made macaroni if you want some.
I'm sorry, what?
Well, I was starving and you took forever, so I wanted to make food.
That is nice too. Oh.
Hi. I made
like, we saw the completely vanishing and then coming out today in the first place. They had that too, where it was like, I poke in my head, I vanish completely, and then I can come out. That's a cool thing. I like that effect. I like that it sets this big, I'm here, I'm gone, I'm back here. This feels so nice.
Hi. I made macaroni if you want some.
I mean, there should have been an in-between of how the body actually appears there. Like, there could have been at least, like, the head just poking out or something, and the ball could have followed more around. I like that the ball has an overshoot, and it's being pulled back. Like, that's cool. But I feel like I'm in this frame, I'm missing a drag behind, because the ball should be heavy, it should be relatively heavy, it should have some weight. Yeah. And I missed, like, a frame before, I missed, like, a little thing of the head just poking in to make a middle, bridge it a little bit. I do love this head poking out though, and then rotating like that. Ice Cream Hero says the head pokes feels of Looney Tunes-esque. Looney Tunes-esque. I need to add this word to my dictionary. But yeah, and I think it's the head turn. It's the turn, like poking out, then turning and have this follow through. Ah, that's nice. That's delightful. I love it. It's great that you can step through. Oh, yeah. I was wondering, I was missing that when we did the other 11-second club videos, and I was like, oh, they fixed it, the frame by frame stepping through it. But yeah, okay, so only after the voting, they have the frame by frame flipping through it. That's too bad. Oh, okay, you guys are telling me your numbers. You know what? We can look at your competition entries. 59, 62, 130. Yeah, we're gonna look at your animations next. If you want me to. I mean, you can tell me if you don't. But yeah. And it's so weird how I paid so much focus in this animation to the I assume mom character, but you know, the character in the foreground, I guess because it's so much darker, because it's so light up here, the gaze travels up immediately. But you know, these are some fine poses, and I love there is some snappiness here, but then that head turn in the front character. Nice building on your previous pose. You don't need a new pose all the time. That is cool. And you know, snappiness in the button. Look at that big, like in the finger. Look at that big snappy ease. Well, it's not an ease. It's a, you know, huge spacing. Really nice. And paired with this slow head turn. That's really cool. Oh, I love how when the headphones are being pulled down, how the hair, I guess, is being pulled down and then flips up. Oh, this is so nice, and it springs up. Look at this. Oh, this is cool. All right, and then we have a nice double take thing, like looking at the screen, looking over, looking back down, looking back to the door. Really nice. And this, this feels so good to have the acting choice, to have the. I can't quite explain yet why I love this so much. I need to look closer. I mean, this is what this is about. Okay, so we have this very clear arc for the hand. I mean, maybe there could have been a more clear ease here, but I guess it's okay. I think what is good is that we have this very clear up position of the hand. I would probably have nudged it even more, like not much, just a little bit. Let's draw that in. I would probably, I can't do that with the yellow, you can't see it. I will probably have just a little bit. No, that those fingers I don't like. To have the intention cue even stronger. And but yeah, I like the principle, the setup of this motion is all good and nice. And then going down, and with the hand going down, the ball is also going down. And I think what makes this so great is the counteraction in the head.
Well, I was starving and...
I love this. I love this so much.
Well, I was starving and...
Maybe would have hold that hand, that head up for one more word.
Well, I was starving and...
I think I would have hold it up. I was, and then for starving, I would have, like with that accent, I would have had it go down.
Well, I was starving and you took forever, so I wanted to make food.
But it's good, and I love it. And the end, the head scratch. It's just this character, like you can feel this slightly like confused. I was thinking, maybe like a little bit shy mother character. You know, which is not exactly in the voice, but it like it's enough in the facial expression to claim this. That head scratch thinking. And then that how the smile drops and looking down. That's a really nice extra dimension.
Forever, so I wanted to make food.
Really nice, and I think it catches that dial, like the voice, the tone in that voice.
And you took forever, so I wanted to make food.
The way the word food is set in this dialogue has this quality to it. Yeah, the hand puts food into the mouth. The whole head scratch and concerned expression is great. Yes, indeed. Guarantee this was one of my favorites. Yeah, I think I really love it too. Because it has like a very cool scene and then some really cool acting choices, some really cool acting details. And you know, acting details is what gets me. Like if there's like a bump in the ease, if there's like something missing in the perfect handcraft of it, if like the idea and the acting choices are all there, like I love those entries so much, and they tend to not do so well in the competition because everybody's looking for that smoothness. It needs to be smooth. The concerned look. The bowl is maybe empty now. Yeah. And chicken teeth. Yeah. I love those like so many films with chicken have chicken with teeth. Like in Chicken Run and stuff like that. Alright, okay, so let's look at your 59 and 62. Okay, where is it? Archives. No, view all entries, I think. 59. There we go.
Hi. I made macaroni if you want some.
I'm sorry, what?
Well, I was starving and you took forever, so I wanted to make food.
Love the setup, love the idea. Then you climb up somewhere proud that you are there and that somebody's already there. That's a great situation to set up. So let's see. Okay, I wonder if you are very much in this puppet aesthetic, which is okay, you know, and especially if it is the style that you're going for. If you would like, if your goal is to break the puppet style to a point where people don't know if this is puppetish animation, that you're repeating elements and stuff like that instead of redrawing them, then there are a couple things that you can do to conceal that more. Let me think. Okay, let me make sure that I see your comments here. Okay, so one of the things, with puppets is that the limbs keep the same length throughout the whole animation, and I feel like especially something like that is very difficult, because I think if you would take photos of somebody hanging like that at the edge of the cliff, what you would probably see most of the time is that let's think how you would do that. You would probably have some like perspective foreshortening here. You probably pull yourself up, and you wouldn't have the full forearm length and the full upper arm length. Like one of these would partake in like a foreshortening of sorts. And that's what is immediately revealing the puppetness here, which doesn't necessarily need to be a bad thing. It's just need to be aware that is a design choice that nudges it very much in that direction. And I think you would pull yourself probably a little further up. Like the safe stance, like if you're hanging at an edge, I feel like there are two possibilities. Either you didn't pull yourself up yet, and then it's more like of a loose, like, let me put the camera. Like, I feel like before you put up, you could be like more like a loose, like, oh, what's over there? What's going on over there? And then you wouldn't have any weight on it. But the moment you pull yourself up, you probably pull the upper body over the, because like mechanically you want to pull the weight over the, you want to pull your center of gravity over the base of support. If you still have support with the legs, I don't know, maybe there's an in-between happening possible, but like from my first instinct, without having researched this, without having made reference, I would suggest to have like the pull complete and have like the upper body go up. I do love the looking in the other direction first and then just coming over.
Hi. I made macaroni if you want some.
Darren says, the anatomy here is terrible, I'm very aware of that. But this time for my first entry, I decided to go with puppet style animation. But I'd like to build up to more frame by frame drawing. Yeah, and I mean, look into foreshortening for puppets. Try to find, like, unfortunately I don't quite know about OpenToonz and how possible it is there, but like that's a really nice detail in a rig if you can do perspective foreshortening. That can add so much. And I feel like to craft a pose, Maria says, I love the actions of the climber. Her reactions are super clear. Yeah, I like the beats the acting beats in your you pick the right moments to advance the story, to lead through the scene, through the action. That works very well, with looking in the wrong direction first, looking like while she's doing saying hi, this is also a beginner mistake. Like a lot of people who do like their first animations, they would have her wave and then have her turn immediately. It's really good that you're doing that step by step. Really nice. Like it's step by step by step. It's looking over, pointing, looking down. Like you have a nice ping pong going. That's really good. I wasn't quite done with this pose yet. So if you consider redoing this, what I would do is shoulders tilted because you have all the weight on this one. I guess I would do the foreshortening in the lower arm in this case. Okay, this is not so visible. Apologies for the color. I would suggest to think more about asymmetric mouth shapes, like to have this like smiley mouth. I mean, for some puppet styles that could really work well. I would most of the time push one corner of the mouth further than the other to have some asymmetry, and maybe even in the eyes. You know, we saw it a couple times in the 3D ones. They pull one of the eyes wider and one of the eyebrows higher. This is also something that can get rid of this puppet feeling. You know, with it still being a puppet, with it still being visibly a puppet, you can get a little bit of the stiffness out if you have asymmetry in the face and animate stuff asymmetrically. So that could work. Okay, so acting-wise, I'm not quite sure that this would be the direction that she would be looking at if there's really the cliff ending here. You can get around that, me being an acting nitpicker, by there being actually stuff to see here, you know. Maybe it just continues. Maybe there's like... Maybe this is where it goes on. Maybe this is not the peak, but no, I think it should be the peak from the setup. But I feel like, you know, if this is really the center, I feel like she would be looking at the center right in front of her first. There needs to be a reason why she is not looking at, like, I'm coming up here, I should be looking straight forward. And, you know, sometimes it's just a little bit of misdirection that you have to do. Tom confirms scale and distort is possible. That's definitely a thing to look into for every rig, because it's such a small thing. I mean, sometimes it can cause problems. Sometimes it can cause some weird poses, and then when you're interpolating, it's one more thing to think about. Welcome, Freak for Fun. Thank you for following. I need to remember to also look at the Twitch chat. It doesn't seem so much be going on there. Interesting idea from Tom. Maybe a bird flies by to catch her attention. It would also totally make sense, you know, that there is a bird there. You know, maybe we start with a bird here. Over here. And then when she comes up, the bird flies away, and you know, that's a really elegant thing. I mean, sometimes those decisions can make it even more confusing, and you're like, is this scene about a bird or about macaroni? But yeah, this definitely solves the problem of what is the person looking up at to the left. Darren, it's not really a rig. It's just manipulated like a rig. Yeah, I mean, the moment you stick layers together and move layers, like rotate them around a point, you have yourself a hierarchy rig, even if the hierarchy is very flat. But yeah, okay. Bird flies away with some macaroni, baby. Yeah. All right. I like the contrast between, you know, the arm being folded and then being extended. That's quite nice. I think the thumb is pointing in the wrong direction. Yeah, I think the thumb should be on the other side and we should see the outside of the palm. If I'm not mistaken. It should be like that. Yeah. But you know, that's the thing that even I have sometimes, like, and especially if you go into like rotating and flipping hands and stuff like that, that is the thing that sometimes can be very confusing. Oh, Tom, I like that suggestion. A backpack or rope from the first hiker, or her boots drying on the rock catches the hiker's eye first. Yeah, that could have been, that is maybe even better than a bird because it has to do with the situation, and you could already have the gears starting to turn, like a backpack. What, like, you know, then the process could start earlier. For what it's worth, I was thinking like, what is going on here?
Some?
I'm sorry, what? I'm sorry.
Okay, so I like the dimension of her like squinting and like having some anger build up.
I'm sorry, what?
But I wouldn't have taken her happy mouth shapes then. I do like that, you know, right from the beginning, maybe even like to have a little bit of a development, you could have had her come up, be like, let's take the pen. Be like, I made it! Finally! And then the moment she maybe sees the backpack or the boots or whatever, she's like, wait a second. Like her mouth, corner of the mouth drops. And I think it should not come up for a while because she's like, huh, macaroni? What? What are you saying? And I think I would have kept not smiling mouth shapes for the entire first set here.
I'm sorry, what?
Well, I was starving and you...
Because I think that what, like, I was thinking like, what is wrong with this, what, like, with this anger? I think it threw me off that you leave this this emotion immediately after it just build up like this, and then you release it with the smile and the mouth shapes.
I'm sorry, what?
I would have put some kind of emphasis, like the what is an accent that is just handed to you in this voice clip. I would have at least have the upper body and the head dip up a little bit. Like, I'm sorry, what? Like, have a nice little like overshoot settle.
I'm sorry, what?
Maybe not that strong. I mean,
what?
Well,
I mean, I get where you got the smiling from. There's like a little hint of it in the.
What?
Well, I was starving and you took forever, so I wanted to make food.
I do like the
Well, I was starving and you took forever, so I wanted to make food.
You actually have the thing that I suggested. I was starving, you took forever, I made food. You have the 3 directions in there, which I think does worked really well. I wonder if one of the anticipations is too big. Like before she touches the belly, going like all the way back. And I don't know, I don't think it is necessary. Like, you could have like a teeny bit of an anticipation, like just 2 or 3 teeny spacings going into the right and then up. But I think by going all the way back here, you make it a gesture, which I think is too much.
Well, I was starving and you took forever, so...
Yeah, it takes a little bit away from the starving gesture. In this case, I would like there could be reasons to do like a well, you know, you could stress well as a word. You can put an accent there. But I think because you chose the starving one to be the hand on the belly, I think I would say that is the strong accent in your case. Lose the other one.
I was starving and you took forever, so I...
Love the little delay. Like, you don't have the hands moving synchronous all the time. That's kind of cool that, you know, you built on this pose by adding
and you took forever,
the other hand to it.
So I wanted to make food.
I would not have gone back so far, so early. Like...
And you took forever, so I wanted to make food.
Like, the food presenting, I think you can almost hold it on this. Like, maybe hold the hand and the body and just have the head look up to have, like, a more interlocking thing.
Food.
And this is extremely difficult to tell. Like, why would she lose her grip? That, I mean, you put the beat here of her being, I don't know, what is happening? Is something breaking under her? Or is it still her like, what are you doing? I think it looks more like something is breaking under her. So, what she could have... Like, I mean, if it is something is breaking under her, then I think it reads as that. But my concern would be, in that case, it doesn't have anything to do with the situation. You're not building on top of it, acting-wise, on top of what's going on. What you could do is, like, the person is leaned forward, all the weight on the arm that, I think, yeah, that one would be it. And maybe she could, like, trying to say something, be like, and the moment where she puts up the other hand, like, that would be a moment where her whole balance shifts, and that's why she falls. And then you would have tied it in with the situation. It wouldn't have been a thing like her just randomly losing grip. It would be like, we wanted to do this together. Like, that's like kind of like a beat that I feel like I was missing. Yes, something was breaking. It's just made me giggle to add it. Yeah, I mean, it is a nice finishing touch. I like it too, but it didn't really add to the story. Yeah. So, you know, maybe you can find a way to make it work, to work it into the story, because I think it's an excellent ending beat, and her reacting to it like that. I even have one more beat after that. Maybe she could look over the cliffside, like just poke up, just like the cook could just be like, looking over the cliffside, where are you? And then maybe just the pot comes up and she takes a bite. I don't know, maybe. That's getting too long. But I was just... had an idea to build on it even more. You know, a beat on top of a beat on top of a beat. Yeah, the quaking of the character before she falls is quite nice. As I said, like, this reads as something is vibrating, breaking off. I'm not sure about it being left to right. I think if something breaks, it would be more like sideways. Maybe it could also, instead of back and forth, because the back and forth quiver, I know it's used in animation a lot, but I don't like it so much, unless it's an actual like shiver from cold. Like, that's one that repeats. But like, if it's like something breaking off, I think it would be better to have it like to have it a progression rather than back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. Have it be more like like a gradual thing of something gradually breaking off more and more. We had more to look at. What was it? 62? Yeah. Do you have any other questions? If you have any other questions, I can try to still answer that. But I think, yeah, Tom had number 62. Archives. Yeah, I'm browsing in the wrong one. It's already getting late here. Okay, this is the right one, and now I'm gonna look for number 62. There we go. I need to drink something. Okay. Darren, sort of nodding all the way through your breakdown. Thanks. I'm glad I could be of help. All right, so let's have a look at Tom's animation. I'm already, just from seeing the two characters, I already love where you took this. There we go.
Hi. I made macaroni if you want some.
I'm sorry, what?
Well, I was starving and you took forever, so I wanted to make food.
What? Whoa! I love the twist. Oh my god. Okay.
Hi.
That's the thing that I said, like, from like a concept point, acting point, idea point, you fully have me. You fully, like, I love that. And I think in the way that it works for the situation that it is so stiff. If you go from a pure like handcraft standpoint, you are not doing a lot of things that you could do to make it a real animation, with like poses going back and forth and stuff.
Hi. I made macaroni if you want some.
I'm sorry, what?
Well, I was starving and you took forever, so I wanted to make food.
Like, I don't even know where I would like this to be taken, because I already like where you took it, and just with the stiff character poses, it's just lip sync. It just works. Yeah, I mean, if you wanna take it to like where somebody says like, wow, not only the idea is great, but also the animation is on a like high pixel level, whatever, then you definitely need to think about more poses. That's the thing. I think one of the reasons why it works so well is because it has a certain kind of stiffness, and the camera motion and the background panning plays a big role. There are a couple of big motions that you did of the character just looking at the harp. I think that still should be the biggest gesture, because you know it has this like. I assume she just got there and it's like, I have a stupid harp. Why do I have a stupid harp? Why? What macaroni? Like, I this needs to stay the biggest motion. But I think what you need to add, if yeah, okay, yeah, you say, I would like to have done more drawings, expressions, etc. as mindful of capturing the build-up and ending. Yeah, really good instincts there to take the things that, you know, and that's actually one of the problems, you know. Sometimes the storyboards are better than the animation because the storyboards had the important big gestures in there. The biggest moment, like the storyboard artist was lazy and only included one alternate pose in there, and that was the pose that was important to tell the story. And then the animator went there and said like, my job is to animate, so I animate a bunch of poses on top of her. Be like, this is full of water, I shouldn't use that. Being like, I made macaroni, do you want some macaroni? Yeah, macaroni. Like, doing something that is far too big and takes away from the one single thing of the, why do I have a stupid harp? Kind of thing. So if you were to animate this with more poses and more gestures, I think it needs to all just build on it. I don't even mind the symmetry because they are freaking angels, and you know, an angel can like, you know, before you understand the situation, you could obviously have the wings flapping, but also not too much because that will distract from the one important thing with the harp. This is a very interesting critique. I feel like I've never in my life felt like so like, yeah, I mean, you could do all these, like, you put it just like you saw all the other ones. You see what the 3D people are doing with like the talking hands here, talking hands there. But I'm almost close to being like, this is working how it is. Why break something that works? And to bounce up and down. Yeah, I mean, obviously, in betweens for like that snap, there needs to be an ease here. But it doesn't even matter in this style because it just feels like a cutout puppet thing. There should be an ease here. The dog is there too. I don't know what else to tell you. I think of it like a dry joke, subtle, not like a roller coaster. Yeah, you did that. Do you like her change of a facial expression? I think one cool wing flap from her would have. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. Maybe I need to think about this a little longer. But great job. It does what it's supposed to do. Very nice. Yeah, Maria also agrees. The cleaner, the better. All right, we had one more, didn't we? We had one more person posted. A number 130. Maria. Mm-hmm. 130, yeah. Oh, I actually forgot to change a setting here on YouTube. Let me do that real quick. Oh, that's on the next. No, I made the mistake again. I need to go into April. It's already late here. I apologize. $100. $130. Maria. There we go. I'm sorry. I'm I'm nearing the end of my live streaming capacity.
Hi. I made macaroni if you want some.
I'm sorry, what?
Well, I was starving and you took forever, so I wanted to make food.
Aww. Oh, that's so cute.
Hi. I made macaroni if you want some.
I'm sorry, what?
Well, I was starving and you took forever, so I wanted to make food.
All right. So I love all the little details that you put in there. Like, I feel like you have absolutely the right mind to think about your characters and the world around them. Like the smell wafting over and the bunny reacting to that. That's really cute. Now, what I feel like, and that's kinda, it goes a little bit into the direction of what we're doing with Tom's, where we're like, okay, it's functional, but now we need to think about more like mechanically, animation, body mechanics and stuff like that. And a thing like a head turn and then a body turn has so many steps involved if you want to get it right. And you are which also for a rigged animation, like if you would like, I might make a cute children's book animation and I have like I don't like, it's a stylistic choice to not animate it realistically, then everything I'm telling you now is kind of like, maybe this is a bit too much for what I want this to be. But so first of all, I wouldn't turn the head further than this without also turning the shoulder, because that looks a bit too far. I think you can turn the head that far, but only if you also turn the shoulder. And I mean, why not? Like, that would be a cool little, like, lifting up the brush from the canvas, which would totally make sense. You know, when you're getting disturbed, you're painting, you're getting disturbed, you take the brush off, you try it, you start interacting with the person behind you. That could be a nice lead over to that other situation. And then purely mechanically, it enables you to turn the head that far. Then how the actual turn of the body is done is also like, the legs just kind of like drift apart, but what actually should happen is you know, you need to make some steps to turn. And I think, like, yeah, I think the best way to approach this is to film reference. If you grab a smartphone, grab somebody else who's living in your household or a friend or whatever, be like, hey, you film me, I'm gonna be pretending to draw on a canvas, and then just turn and see what you do with your feet. You know, that you have this tip, 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 that you have at least 3 steps in there. I mean, I think you can do it in 2. Yeah, I don't know. But those steps are important. Even if you work with a rig and it's just like, and you don't really bend the knees or anything like this, those beats are important. Those beats need to be there because we know we turn around constantly in our life. We know that it's boop, 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 you know? And even if you don't like mechanically look into how legs work, if you just lift the layers, you can already create the illusion that you did something. And obviously there is this moment where the legs cross over. Like if you turn, if you go from there to there, you have the moment where one leg is going in front of the other one. Like those are the beats what we want to see. It doesn't need to be 100% correct. If you're going for this like children's book collage, I just have layers that I kind of move, then you could create the illusion by just having the beats there. But if you look into it mechanically, of course, from the handcraft, that would make it even better. Yeah. One thing you could work with more is the body lean. Let's see. So, if you have the rabbit really focusing on the canvas, I feel like it would make sense that the rabbit is like leaning in and really focusing. And that body lean, that line of action going like this, putting her focus from the ground into the canvas, I feel like that could be a nice... What color do I use here? Is yellow better? Or maybe black? And maybe I'm making it too 3-dimensional, too cartoony. But yeah, that's my default style. I apologize for sliding into that. But you know, you see that the whole leading over, because then you have a contrast for when the turn happens. When the turn happens, you can lean in the other direction. Oh, and you can have a nice little in between, like one that is like still kinda leaned over. I think that could still be like, hey, I'm painting here. I'm still working here. What are you talking to me? Maybe like raising the shoulder if it's more like, oh, you scared me, or being relaxed like, oh, hey, it's my pal, the turtle. But you know, still leaned in that direction because the rabbit is still interacting with the canvas. And then as a contrast, when it's not like, okay, now the canvas is not important anymore, then the bunny, I really love the face, it's so damn cute. Then it could be more like, what you got there? Maybe also a head tilt. Especially on cute characters, a head tilt is your secret weapon. Like, oh, what you got there? Let's scroll a little bit further to see what you did. Yeah, and also embrace the chance to have different things going on with different different arms. Like, I mean, you can have the arms just... That's actually kind of cute. Just be like this. But, you know, maybe if the bunny's more shy, it could be like oh, what you got there? Maybe it could be like, if the bunny is more like, hey, I was in the middle of my painting session. What do you have? It could be more like this. You know, I feel like I want some more information in that pose. I feel like, and if it's just like a aloofness, like a kind of like, oh, I'm just, yeah, what's going on? What do you have from me? Then I would really lean into that, literally, have her lean even more and be like, oh, what you got? You know, and then you can also get away with the symmetric, arms just going straight down, if you have enough variation in angles and cool things otherwise. Yeah, so I'm just squeezing your poses a little, because I feel like, you know, acting wise, you have the beats there at the right time, that's already a really good, really important ability. Oh, what is happening there with the turtle? The turtle legs. So for the bunny coming down again, you could animate like a whole sit. Like, how does somebody sit down? And you will notice that there's also 1 leg, 2 leg, boomf. There's like 3 steps to it that you need to put in there. And if you want to do I'm just flipping up my legs, which you can do, then I feel like, I mean, you're doing the spacing, you're doing the ease. I do like this little bounce. Oop. It's a bit too much. I feel like the legs going, yeah. That's the thing. That's why this I keep thinking, like, why doesn't it work? That's a nice little coming down. Like in some cartoon styles, you could totally do it like that. But once you place the feet on the ground, they cannot go through the ground. They are planted there firmly. And you need to pay attention that if you do like a little bounce like that, you cannot move that down like this. Because that moves into the ground. We're talking about the cute head tilt. My cat's specialized in that head tilt. Yeah, as also a cat owner, I can confirm. You know, crazily, the stiffness in the turtle, I kinda like. Okay, okay, those are drawings from the walk cycle. If you want to take this to the next level, you need to make sure that the walk cycle, like same thing with the feet, as soon as they are planted, they need to stay there, which makes it a lot harder to animate, and you know, there's a lot more planning involved. If you just want to do like, hey, I'm doing some fun thing, I would suggest not go so much into the left right, because if you do the left right and you just slide it weirdly, too slow or too fast, then you get into this whole territory of like, the legs are not connecting and it feels wrong. If you just want to do like a crappy puppet animation where like, just like, as long as this reads as a walk and it looks okay, then you have 2 options. For humans, for characters, you can just take the entire character and doop, 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 like just rotate them and have like a little stiff going around. For the turtle, I would have the legs on extra layers and be like boop, 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 just pulling them up and down. And then it doesn't matter if you go fast or if you go slow. I mean, you still need to experiment with the rate with what looks good, but then you don't need to look on like, how do I slide it at just the right rate that this looks realistic, you know? Then you're a little bit out of that responsibility. Like pistons, yeah. Maybe the turtle could also sit down when the bunny sits down. You know, and dropping the, like, those kinds of simultaneous motions are always dangerous because you are in the danger that one action takes the spotlight over the other. And you definitely want to have the spotlight taken from, oh, this is how cute how the bunny sits down. And the brush kind of does that. It kind of steals away the thunder from the bounce from the sit. And I think you could use that putting away the pencil for some extra cuteness. I feel like there is a pose there. There's an opportunity for a pose there that is more like, I sit down, do that first, that drop down sit, and then he places the very carefully, very gentle, places the brush next to him. And I feel like that would do some characterization for him, like depending on how he could also just throw it behind him. He could also be, or she could also be like, whoop, I don't need this anymore, and throw it away. Do you see what I mean? There's an opportunity here. Mechanically, I feel like you need an extra beat. So you have sit down, put the brush away, and then there's a chance here. How does this character, put the brush away? Is it a careful, like, place it there? Is it like, oh, cool, food, and throws it away? Yeah. Maria says, interesting about the turtle walk. I've been watching a pair of swans and they walk kind of like how you describe. Yeah? Yeah, bird walks as a whole straight, like those are dinosaurs, those birds. This is crazy how they walk. Oh yeah, she likes the brush. Yeah, in this case, it's like, it's important to me. I want to get back to it. Tom, tuck it behind the ear. Yeah, that would definitely be, like, I'm doing that later. Whoop. Again, look for the beats. You need that one that shows you the arc, that moment. You need to have that here. And then I think the other important thing is the tucking itself. You need to have lifting, and tucking is an extra step. Yeah. And I think that's all that I have for tonight. I'm getting kind of tired. But yeah, if any of you still have some questions. Earlier when I was leaning into the talking about the leaning pose. I like how you're leaning to your tablet as you draw your leaning rabbit. Yeah. Oh yeah, Carlos, you should definitely enter the 11-second club. Sure, go for it. Why not? And we can talk about your idea and your concept in the mentoring if you want. Yeah, you're welcome. Yeah, speaking about the group mentoring, there is we have a Patreon if you want to support me. So yeah, where are my links? So yeah, if you, dear viewer, like what you're seeing here and you want me to make more of these monthly looks at the 11-second club and other animation tutorials, you can support me at patreon.com/animatorisland. And one of the tiers that we have is the group mentoring. And in the group mentoring, we meet once a month, and you can bring whatever you're currently working on. It could be a work in progress animation, it could just be an idea, a storyboard, an animatic that still needs to be put into an animation, and I'm gonna give you feedback. I annotate it, draw over it, help you to refine your ideas, your poses, and your motions. And yeah, we do that month after month so that you really have a deadline to work on your projects and get feedback and get better and better and create even better work. So if that's interesting to you, please check that out. I would be very honored to have more people in the group mentoring. We're having a blast over there and always look at very interesting things. Yeah. Okay. Thank you all so very much for watching, and we had a wonderfully active chat. That was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it, looking at these animation with you together, and yeah, really cool that we could have a look at your entries. How cool is that? I would love to repeat that, and yeah, I hope everybody's having a nice day or night or whatever it is in your part of the world. Stay safe and keep on animating. Talk to you soon. Bye.